Hello, welcome to Monday Morning Momentum, a time that we get together every Monday to kind of set ourselves up to continue the momentum through the week. We all know how hard it is to keep that momentum up, and sometimes the weekend is enough to kind of slow you down a little bit. You take a well-needed break, and then you just don't have the momentum to continue. So that's what we do every week here at Monday Morning Momentum, and we're glad to have you. Today, we've got a special treat. David Gilbert is with us. He's a voiceover talent, and he's going to tell us all about how we can get literally a free professional-looking voiceover website. David is a voice actor, and he started in voiceover early in 2016. And he had a focus on corporate work, kind of like me, bread and butter, long form. And above all else, he gets great satisfaction in helping people and making a difference in their lives. Sounds like he's kind of in the same place in his life that I'm in mine, you know, kind of the give back stage. So, and he's definitely not going to disappoint today. He'll be giving back for sure. David, thank you so much for joining us. I'm so glad to see you here. And I love what you're going to say because I've seen it and I'm just so excited about what you're offering.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me, Julie. It's been great chatting with you. Yeah. So I come from a marketing background, and I realized that you only get one chance for a good first impression. And just to get an idea from the group, use the reactions in the bottom. Give me a thumbs up if you believe that having a good-looking website is important to your business. Cool. How many here have the technical knowledge and capability? Let's try a heart. To build their own functioning website that casting directors and other people would like. Nice one, Ralph. So if you don't have the capabilities or wherewithal to have a professional looking site that you cannot break, like Wix and WordPress, you can break the sites. The people behind voiceactorwebsites.com, Joe Davis and Karen Barth, decided that there was a hole in the market for an easy DIY platform that you can create your own website. And they have two options, and I'll get to in a second, for free for the first tier. And you can't break it. It has all the functions and features you need as a voice actor. So let's start to go through it here. So voiceactor.com, pretty easy to remember. It's a DIY website builder that you can create a professional looking website that you can't break, mobile responsive, has all the bells and whistles you need as a basic website. It actually is built by people for voice actors, so it's not just some random generic website. And what it does is it gives you a platform to have your demos, your video content, testimonials, all the key things you need. What's nice about it, obviously, is there's a free program, right? Free. So you get voiceactor.com/site/your name. So you have, instead of sending somebody your Voice123 link, which is not a good idea, you can have your own website, and it's, again, totally free. You can choose from a number of different templates. You can change the template. So let's say you select a template, which I'll show you in a second, and you realize, I don't really like that template. If this was some other platform, you would have to go back and re-enter all that information all over again. With this, you don't. You can just select a different template and go from there. You can edit yourself. You don't need coding. You don't need to know what HTML is or Java. You can upload your demos, and you can get client testimonials and logos. So it's basically everything you would need for a basic site. The one thing that I think is really kind of cool about Voice Actor Site is this little link here, tools. They have all kinds of free tools. It doesn't matter if you actually upgrade to a paid version. You get an AI voiceover brand creator. So AI is obviously the big deal now, and ChatGPT and all that stuff. So you can go in and create all kinds of branding content, just typing in your positioning and whatnot. PayPal and Stripe fee calculator, If you've ever tried to figure out how much you need to charge extra for PayPal or Stripe fees, right there. Voiceover script timer, time zone converter, a QR code generator, which is kind of cool if you do some extra marketing and you'd like to have a QR code, let's say on your business card that takes you to your website, and text case converter. So there's all these free things that are irrespective of anything else. The paid version, which I think has a lot of value, more so because they're always adding more features. And in fact, when you see this, when you go to the site, this is something that they're always going to be adding more features, is it's yourname.com. So it's juliewilliams.com, which to me, that's like a difference between juliewilliams@gmail.com versus julie@juliewilliams.com. So I think that elevates your professional view to a different level than just voiceactor.com/your site. You get a whole bunch of other things. You get the demo analytics, which you don't get on the free version. So you can see how many times it's being played and whatnot. You also have more template options, and hosting is included. So normally you'd pay hosting separately to the hosting company. Those are the biggest differences between the free and the paid. Now, here's a nice little kicker. If you pay for the first year up front, it's normally $220 a year, which is less than $240 a year. If you use J Williams as the referral code when you log in, they'll take another $20 off. So now it's $200 per year. So that's basically $16.66 a month for a fully professional designed website with yourname.com. All the bells and whistles is something you can't break. To me, it's a no-brainer. So anyways, let's look at the samples. And
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Is there the ability, these days a lot of us have video voiceover demos. On these templates, can the videos be uploaded as well?
Yes. So it's not so much you're uploading the demo. This is Debbie Irwin has this is a paid site. So you have your all the basic contact info on the top. You got your demos, a little blurb of who you are. Then you can upload content. So these are YouTube links, right? So you can do YouTube or Vimeo, testimonials, and then contact info. So you could have audio and video content. This is Dan, same kind of format. So the format is similar, is the same, but the template designs change. Brittany is somebody who has, agency at Porsche Scott, coast to coast. So it doesn't matter if you're just starting out or if you are well advanced in your career. If you don't have the technical capabilities and don't want to, this is a great option. And it's very simple to get going. So this view here is for the paid version. The right side is for the free version, so you can see upgrade to premium. But they're all essentially the same. So you pick a template. On this side, I'll show you here the different templates. So in the free version, you have quite a few free templates. Or templates, and then there's the premium ones, and they're just many different types and styles. It depends on what you like and what your preferences are.
If you have a question, be sure to put it in the chat box so that we can ask David your question.
And then once you've selected your template, then you can go and change the styling, and you can change it any way you want. The fonts, the colors. Even the color scheme where you want the different color lines, tagline text, like really this is a DIY template. So it's dropping it in and hitting save and then move on. Content, same thing. Header area, top banner area, backgrounds. Obviously there's more backgrounds with the paid version. Here's your demos. Here's your videos. You can do Vimeo or YouTube links. Put your headshot, about me, clients, testimony. You can either have it on or not have it on. So it doesn't force you to put on content that you don't necessarily want or need. Affiliations. This is kind of a cool thing. If you have a strong desire to talk about, and we have to get her on here somewhere, Julie Williams or the Monday morning motivation, whatever we put in there.
Voiceover momentum.
Yeah. Then here it is right here. Then what happens is that logo shows up on the bottom of your site as being an affiliation. So you can support Julie. Search engine optimization. Again, you don't have to be a SEO expert. This is just how your Google directory listing shows up. You just put that information on there. Favicon, if you understand it, and social share images is there as well. So
we have one question.
Yep.
The question is, what do you mean? Well, there's two. What do you mean by break a website or break into a website?
Okay.
What you were saying before.
Okay. So on WordPress or Wix, those are the two biggest platforms. You can go into the back end and you are literally mucking around with the code, the actual back end code. Here, you're not. You're just filling in form. You're filling in a form, a content form. So in a WordPress or Wix site, you could literally make it so that it doesn't load for your customers. And it goes down, it breaks. Mm-hmm. And you never want that to happen. You don't want to, go in and realize that, for 2 weeks, your website has been down because you changed a setting you didn't know anything about. So that's kind of critical. If your website isn't up, your store isn't open. That's simple.
And then is email included with the free website?
I don't believe so, because that's a different process. That's not part of the site. Even your regular email is not part of the site. Now, there is contact information. Not here. Sorry.
But let's say on the paid site, Debbie has a paid site, yes. And she has DebbieIrwin.com. Can she get an email that is Debbie at DebbieIrwin.com? She shouldn't use Julie. I wouldn't advise that. But
no. So there's a website and email. They're sort of separate, right? So this is what you have to do if you want, Debbie at Debbie Irwin or Julie at Julie Williams, is you have to go and register the domain, right? And once you have that, you can go to Google or any other providers and have them and set up that email address. It's not something that goes directly through voiceactor.com.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And that's generally the way things work anyway. So,
looks like we have one more question here.
Sure.
The question is, if you already have a WordPress website, is there any reason or benefit to signing up for a free website here? Is there SEO or something that isn't offered on their own site if they have one already?
It's a loaded question, because depends on your technical capabilities. I built my own site on WordPress, and I have enough knowledge about WordPress, and I've attended WordPress meetup. I understand how it functions and updating all the plugins and all the back end stuff and the host. There's a lot of stuff that you don't even have to worry about if you're using this site, right? So if you're comfortable, knock yourself out. There's no, stay with WordPress. But if you're looking for something that's more set it and forget it kind of thing, you don't have to worry about updating plugins, updating the back end systems. It's just a lot of technical stuff. I mean, my own personal philosophy is, if I wasn't doing my own site, you make money in front of the microphone. Everything else costs you money. It costs you time, it costs you resources, whatever. So the more stuff that you can offload out of your head and into other things, the more you can focus on generating new clients or learning or whatnot. So to me, this is almost a no-brainer. If you don't want to have to worry about it, you can upload your demos, upload your, paste in your content, right, and you're done. You don't have to worry about it, right? It'll always be up. It'll always be there. Yeah.
So Susan is wondering, what if she has her own domain name?
Yep.
can that be, if she'd already have email through that, can that be used on voiceactor.com?
Sure. You can take your, I'm not sure, maybe it's in settings, domain. So you own the domain, and here you go. I already own a domain. I need to buy a domain, right? It'll literally walk you through copying that over. This is, stuff you have to do. If you have it, email service, like it literally walks you through that process. So if you had it and you go, well, I don't want to invest more time in that other site, but I own David Gilbert Voiceover.com, I can come here, take it, and port it over.
Well, if they buy a domain, who owns it? Do they own it, or just
They own
Voiceover?
it. You own it.
The talent owns it. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Always own your domain. Don't have somebody else. Oh, because you have a web developer build something for you, and then they register your domain. Well, you're sort of tied to them. If you decide to move to another, the web developer, you got to negotiate with them to get your rights back.
Yeah. Okay. So now Edward would like to know, if somebody is also a writer and on-camera actor as well, how much would the overall cost be? And let's see. And further, if they already have a domain, very dead economy here. Well, it just went away. Striving to reach other markets. So basically, he's doing more than voiceover. Is there enough flexibility in here to market all of it?
So what I would suggest in that case is create multiple pages, right? Free or paid. And you just rebrand it in a different, because it's not really set up to have multiple, like you see, it's a one-page site. It doesn't have multiple pages where you can do one page for creative writing, one page for voiceover, one page for whatever. But I would create individual sites, which are one page each, for those different businesses. And if you could either do it through voiceactor.com/your name, or if you had the domain name, then you'd have joescreativeservices.com and Joe's voiceactor.com or whatever. Like, you'd have to buy those different domains. But that's not really what this is designed for. It's not designed for people with multiple streams of businesses. So.
Okay, so Jack says that he already has, he's on Squarespace. He has a website through there, but it is so complicated, and this is much more logical to set up.
Yeah.
What would be the process to get rid of the website he has at Squarespace and move over here?
So if he owns the domain name, simple. You go on to here, you register, you pay whatever, $200 for the first year, and you can move your domain over, and then you can literally either copy and paste the content or just start it from scratch. So, and then once you're done with that, then you go back to Squarespace and you delete the account, or you do whatever you want to do with that. But once you port it over the domain name, that site won't show up anymore.
So what is porting over? What does that entail? I've never heard that before.
It's more like back-end stuff, because there's a directory somewhere in the back, and there's DNS this is very, very technical. You don't need to worry about this, but there's a database out there, the internet database that says this URL, this website URL is tagged to this server or this this server. So when somebody goes into Google and types juliewilliams.com, it says, oh, where is this being hosted, and and it pulls up your website. When you move from Wix or whatever other platform to this, that directory, that database gets changed, so that instead of going to Wix, it goes to voiceactor.com. Mm-hmm. But again, this is the beauty. You don't have to go get into the weeds by dealing with the stuff. It's all done, through the site. Okay, cool. Well, I don't see any more questions for now. So I didn't mean to interrupt you. Please continue. No, it's okay. I mean, this is more Q&A. It's like, what do you have questions about having a website? What do you need? What can this do? How can this help you? Mm-hmm. So this is really what I consider training wheels before you spend the good money on a custom site that's tailored to you and the branding and all that kind of fun stuff. And like I showed you, Debbie Irwin, she's no beginner, and she's using this and I showed this to Marilyn Wisner, who's a casting director in LA, and she's like, this is exactly what they need to see. They need to see your contact info, your demos, a little bit about there's no fluff. There's no making up stuff that they don't need to see. And in that respect, sometimes less is more. See some people with, 50 pages on their website, and what do they really need? What does the client actually need to know or see? They need to hear you. They need to see you. They need to understand how to get in touch with you. So
yeah, I love the demos above the fold. I mean, so many places, even so many talents, and it's like you have to click to get to the demo. I'm like, make it easy for me. Just put the demo right there. Can you change the colors for the templates that are provided if you already have some sort of a color scheme?
Yes. Is it this one? Yeah, this one. So website styling. So I can change the color schemes. I can change specific color elements. If I don't like this blue line, I can change it to red. Actually, see that these things change to red. Top and bottom of our social media contact me button. I could change that to pink if I wanted. Divider bar. Yeah, this is the one I was looking at. Red. Right. So I can change all these different things, and it shows you a live preview. See how here the affiliations? This is where the Monday morning motivation logo would show up.
Right.
So yeah.
Oh, just another one. If customer service or help is available, if somebody needs it, is there chat help to help them?
There is help. I'm here. So your support here. If it's something that is simple, like a question, how do I send it to me? I could probably answer it quicker than sending to them. They're wonderful people. Don't get me wrong, but they're way too busy for their own good because they've got so many things they're doing, the websites and whatever. So hopefully the support won't be too long. If something's broken or something you can't figure out, whatever, contact them. But if it's something, just a simple question, how do I, send it to me, and I'll help them answer it as quick as I can.
And we'll get your contact information at the end to make sure everybody has it down.
Sure.
Okay, any other questions? Go on ahead to the chat and write your question in, and I'll ask it. We've got about 5 more minutes, so if you have questions, it's a good time to ask it now.
Oh, I'm getting so. Can I design my own site not using one of the templates? No, unfortunately, Jeffrey. The whole concept is it's a templated site. Positioning. Ralph, please define the term positioning used earlier. If you have a website already, how easy? Okay, I think I mentioned.
How are you seeing these questions that I'm not seeing?
I'm getting direct messages.
Oh, direct messages. Yeah. So answer those, please, because I don't see those.
Yeah, it's fine. Can I transfer my own domain name to voice actor? I think I just mentioned that, but yes, I showed you can move your port, however you want to call it, to voiceactor.com. Okay.
Can you easily switch over existing sites material and have added pages for VO narration side? Can you use your own stuff and then get a page for, say you wanted an entire page promoting narration? Is that what you're saying, David?
Okay. My question was, I have an existing actor site. It's been problematic. It seems to be like a money pit and every ways. But so I'm kind of thinking maybe this, I'm really impressed by what you're showing me here, David. And we've already connected through a line boss, and I'm kind of thinking maybe this would be a better thing. Maybe just start afresh with not only VO, because I've heard you need to have that field, and then also have maybe like I do have one as an actor voice, as an on-camera actor.
Okay. So if you want to have a voice actor and a on-screen presence, right? You can't really change the format. Like you can't move certain things up and down. Like I was thinking in my head that you'd move the video section up, but you can't really move the sections. But what you can do is you can create one page for VoiceOver as it's formatted, and the on screen you just don't upload audio demos, and then you have your video samples below, and you just put a lot more video samples of your acting. But I would do two separate, again, based on what I said earlier, you'd have two separate sites. One's using this template. One is for voice acting and one is for on-screen. That would be
I asked David to come today because I really recommend this. I saw the demonstration and was blown away and asked him, can you please come present it to you? And I also I've got a number of students who have gone to VoiceOver websites to have their full site done. And it is, it's going to be a lot more pricey, but very, very worth it. Reasonable, just like demos are pricey, but it's just so worth it. You've got to have your professional demo or you're not really in business. Now, with websites, a website like this is perfect, especially if you're just doing VoiceOver. But they also have the paid service as well. And then the upgrade for this, which is not only just, what is it, a little bit more a month, like about $20 a month. But if you pay in advance, then you save more money. You pay for 10 months. And then if you use the promo code that we have, you save another $20 a year, right?
Yeah. So free is free indefinitely. Susan asks, is a free paid version paid in a year? Yeah. So it's if you think about all the different software we buy online, SaaS, typically there's a monthly fee and then a yearly fee, meaning you pay for the year. The promo is for the first year, and then after the year renews at $20 a month. Susan also asked if is the free site good for 1 year only? Yes, it is. You can migrate to paid anytime. Only paid version allows talent to load demo. No, both the free and the paid allow you to upload demos. The only difference is the paid gives you the analytics of the demo, so you can see how often. I mean, if you're here's a great example. I don't know how many people have heard of VoiceZam. It's a player that it gives you analytics, but that's a lot. That's more than the cost of the website. It gets you with it. And then Jeffrey says, "Can I start with free site?" Yes, you can. There's no restriction on uploading, migrating from free to paid. So
how easy is it to do that? I mean, does it just leave your site the way it is, but add extra services, or do they have to start over?
No, I don't know if it'll work here, but yeah, upgrade to premium. Put in your credit card information and billing, and boom, now it's premium or a paid version.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming and giving us all of this.
My pleasure.
I was really impressed with it, which of course is why I had you come here. We're also going to have you on a podcast coming up soon, and possibly even do a webinar for people who want information about creating their own site. How to put it on there and all that, but obviously the template pretty much runs you through the same thing. That's awesome. Coming up on Thursday, we have got Beverly Breamers to talk about vocal care, and that's for our masterclass. And then we've got a contest going on this week that, I'd mentioned before, we have a VoiceOver cruise coming up. We're going to cruise the Caribbean next April. It's going to be small. It's just it's just me. I'm teaching proven techniques for VoiceOver success, which will cover not all genres, but a lot of genres. No animation or anything. But you can try to come up with a name for it. That's what we're looking for. Like, for example, I came up with Voices in the Caribbean, something like that. We're going to have an email sent out giving all the details so that if you come up with a name, we'd love to hear it. And there'll be a $25 Amazon gift card for the name that we choose if we choose one of the names. So, and that's until Friday that you have to do that. That's why I wanted to give you guys a heads up, because Zendy probably isn't going to have the email ready until tomorrow. Okay. So if you guys want to start, putting the thinking caps on and thinking about it. By the way, if you need to get a hold of David for further questions, it's David at davidgilbertvoiceover.com. You can also get that in the chat right now. And then the referral code to get $20 off if you want to get a paid subscription to Voice Actor, and then save $20 by paying annually for that. Jay Williams. See, now I know you can remember that one. I hope you can. I'm in trouble if you can't remember that one. Anyway, thank you so much, David. And I really look forward to talking to you again when we do the podcast and then a webinar in the fall.
My pleasure. Thanks
All
for
right.
having me. Have a great week, everyone.
Everybody have a blessed week. Bye.
Bye.